If, as we learned from my last couple of videos on the topic, it takes place in New Vegas, will we see Caesar's Legion? And the answer is, drumroll please, yes! Last month, fans captured images of actors on set dressed up as legionaries. And they're in the full kit. High school football uniforms converted into a wastelander's vision of what the Roman Legion might have looked like. The uniforms we see in these leaked images are carbon copies of the uniforms we see legionaries wear during the events of Fallout New Vegas. So what does this mean from a lore perspective? Is this the end of the world? Does this mean the Legion has won? Well, no, it doesn't mean any of that. And honestly, this is something we would expect regardless of the ending. We already know from the events of Fallout New Vegas that Caesar dies. He either dies because the courier kills him, or he dies from cancer. If Caesar's Legion wins the battle for Hoover Dam, they conquer the Mojave, and Legate Lanius tells us that he has ambitions to go further west.
Perhaps in time I will be granted the honor of conquering the land known as California. But for now, we rest.
But during the events of the show, we don't see any legionaries in California during Season 1, which gives me the impression that maybe the Legion didn't win. That said, even if they had won, the Legion was doomed to fall apart without the leadership of Caesar. As Joshua Graham tells us, the Legion exists due to the cult of personality surrounding Caesar himself.
I think only Caesar can lead the Legion. I've never met anyone who could take his place. I couldn't. No. The Legion dies with Caesar.
Even if the Legion had been annihilated at Hoover Dam by the NCR, I don't think we have any reason to believe that they could have been completely purged from the Mojave. We have to remember that Caesar's Legion was an empire. It was comprised of 86 other conquered tribes from Colorado, Utah, Arizona. Caesar's army in the Mojave wasn't the full representation of the Legion. Even if they were all killed, other legionaries, other members of Caesar's Legion, could have crept into the Mojave from the rest of his empire to the east. Seeing legionaries on the set of Season 2 of the Fallout show doesn't mean that Caesar's Legion won during the events of Fallout New Vegas. It honestly doesn't tell us much. It just tells us that the Legion still exists in some form during the events of Season 2.